Now we're gonna get our acceleration with this 6.2 V8. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're gonna be going over a 2021 Chevy 1500 LTZ with the 6.2 V8. First and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Chevy here in Provo for providing us with this truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's just get straight into the video. Under the hood of the 1500 LTZ, we have a naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 16 around town and then 21 on the highway, with power outputs being 420 horsepower and then 460 pound-feet of torque. Let's go over the front end of the 1500 LTZ. So one of the easy ways to tell this is the 6.2 V8 is you've got the 6.2L badging there on the hood, because you got to flex on all your neighbors that you got the big bad boy engine. Now coming down below, we've got all the LED accent lights. You got a little C-ring light right there with the LED reflector lights just up above. Since this is the LTZ, you've got all of the chrome accenting all over. You've got the parking sensors on the front bumper, little fog light just down below, and then you've got the tow hook right there. And I mean, look at that chrome. You can see the reflection of my nice knees there, which anyways, let's go over the rest of the front end so you guys can see big and imposing, and that is everything for the front end of the LTZ. Let's take a look at the side here of the 1500 LTZ. We've got 275mm tires on 20-inch wheels, and that's the same setup there in the rear. In terms of the design, again, they go for the chrome wheels because this is the LTZ. And then taking a little bit of a closer look, here's a quick look at what we can see of the suspension. And you guys can see the tire tread. It's actually pretty good. This would do pretty decent in the snow. Z71 badging there because this does have the Z71 off-road package on it. And then also you got the chrome mirror and then the chrome door handles to kind of accent the rest of the truck. And there's your full side view. Let's take a look at the back of the 1500 LTZ. So you can see you've got the plastic molding here in the top part of the bed. You have the spray and bed liner here in the back. LED bed lights as well. And then so you've got the little power outlet here just down below. And then you guys can see you've got a little camera up there with the cargo light. We'll go over that in just a moment. But here is everything for the bed portion. Going over the rest of the rear of the 1500 LTZ, you can see that you've got the Chevrolet logo, but they don't have anything to like make it pop out, so it's just kind of like there. It'd be cool if they did like chrome with the lettering or something, just something to make it stand out a little bit more. And then you've got the new LED lights back here, which still look pretty cool to this day. You've got these squished exhaust tips. There's a receiver hitch. Towing capacity is about 9,200 pounds on this LTZ with the 6.2 V8. And then yes, you still get the little step thing right there. And other than that, that is everything for the back of the LTZ. Here's a door panel in the back of the LTZ. So you can see you've got the soft touch here with the stitching up above. Then you got all the wood trim just down below, little door handle. And then coming to the seats themselves, again, you've got the contrasted white stitching. Got a little storage space just behind the seat. And then you can see the bottom portion of the seat. Lifting it up, pretty decent. Rubber floor mats that come with this. And per usual, let's pop in. So stepping in, ooh, do have to take a step up. So I would recommend getting side steps. Got a good amount of headroom. I'm 5'11". Legroom, plentiful as well. You can see you've got a couple cup holders. You've got your little heated seat control right there, USB 12 volt, couple vents on either side. And then taking a look at the cup holder area right here. So you've got a bunch of little cup holders with that, all the soft touch here, and this is everything for the back. Now taking a look at the door panel here in the front, notice that it is identical to the rear. The only difference is you got all of your window controls and your mirror adjustments. This does come with memory seats as well. And then looking at the seat here at the front, so again, you can see you've got all of the perforation, soft touch stitching all throughout on the seat. The bolster's relatively soft. There's your look at the adjustments. Z71 floor mat right there. Got your little pedal layout, and then this is the little parking brake. You got the light control right here. You've got your driveline select, so you've got your auto, your 2-wheel high, your 4-wheel low, 4-wheel high, your trailer mode, which goes that way, and then you've got your drive mode select, which goes the other way. And there's one more look before we pop in. Here is a look at the steering wheel in the LTZ. So they do blacked out stitching on the center of the steering wheel, and then you do smooth leather all around the rest of the steering wheel. Zooming in, you can see you've got the controls to the center stack, your voice command, phone controls, Chevy logo there in the center. your cruise control on the other side, heated steering wheel button. This is for the collision assistance. And then you've got rocker panels on the back to control the radio stations. Got your little stock for the windshield wipers. And then over here, you've got the column shifter, so you can shift the gears yourself if you want, and then just functions as a normal column shifter. That is everything for the steering wheel. Here in the center stack, you can see you've got a pretty analog gauge set up on either side, but you can see all the digital gauges there at the top, and then here in the middle. Now it is in demo mode, so it's not gonna be able to show us everything, but you can see you've got your home page information, you got the music, navigation, the phone control, and then the settings page as well. So pretty normal setup with a truck. And then yes, you do have the tow mode. So you go to the one side, it pops up with the trailer. On the other side, you got the drive modes. So you got your normal, your sport, and then your off-road. You just shift through and it goes through different drive modes. Pretty simple setup. Here is the center infotainment system. First and foremost, we're actually gonna go over the camera aspect of it. So you got the little camera tab right there. We have a bunch of different views at the truck. So you can see that you have the little front view right there, and then you've got the view at the back, and then you got the front view again, and then the view at the back. And then you kind of got like that little animated view. You got the view out either side, and then you press that little arrow, and yes, there's more. Then we've got the zoom in on the receiver hitch, and then you also have the cargo camera. So you have camera views on literally every single aspect of the truck. So like if you ever like crash this truck into anything when you're parking, I can't help you on that. Like yeah. Now with the rest of the infotainment system, response time on it is really solid, and it does come with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as a function with it. And then you do have the navigation as well, which does take a second to load up, but you guys can see that's pretty neat. Other than that, really good infotainment system, and I don't really have much else to say on it. Just on this area, we've got the analog radio controls, analog climate controls. It does come with a dual zone climate here in the LTZ. And then we can see you've got the heated seat controls. That's for the full seat, just the back of the seat, and then the AC seat control. And then over here, we've got our hill descent control. This is for the power outlets, your stability control. You got your hazard lights. That's to drop down the tailgate, the auto stop start, parking sensors, and then the lane departure assistance. Trailer brakes are already integrated with the truck. Got a little 12 volt behind that one, and then behind this one you've got a full power outlet, and that is that whole like center section. I've got this part of the center console, so there's a wireless phone charger right here, and then you got some extra storage right here with a couple of cup holders. And sorry about a million keys right now because we're reviewing a million cars today, but we've got some stitching there at the top opening up the glove box. You can see decent amount of storage, and then yes, you've got a USB inside of the glove box. And then with the rest of the glove box, you can see double tiered glove box, pretty straightforward. And I think I said glove box for the center console. I meant center console, guys. Okay, center console, glove box, that's all. So up top here, we've got the button for the power sliding rear window with the truck. And this one doesn't have a sunroof, but you can get it as an option. You've got your universal garage door openers. I cannot talk. And this one does have the camera mirror, so you can see you got the regular mirror, and then you've got the camera mirror, which pretty cool little thing on the truck. And that is everything for the top. Now that we're done going over the interior on this Chevy 1500 LTZ, let's quickly get into pricing. So in terms of pricing, this 1500 LTZ stickers for about $61,000 before any type of market adjustment. That all being said, let's take this LTZ out and see how it drives. Let's quickly talk about visibility before we set off here in the 1500 LTZ. So you can see visibility over the hood's pretty good, and then I like the stitching there on the top of the dash. There's your visibility through both of the mirrors. Then here's the visibility all throughout the rear of the 1500 LTZ. So you can see visibility in general, the truck's pretty good. And again, you've got that camera mirror system. So like the seats back there don't block your visibility like they used to. And let's set off. So we are initially setting off here in the 1500 LTZ, and first off, let's talk about the noise insulation with the truck, and then we'll also talk about the ride quality, but we're gonna wait until we actually get up and get moving before we talk about that. But from a noise insulation perspective, this truck actually does a really good job. You don't hear a whole lot of noise that pops into the cabin, so it's definitely solid on that aspect. Now, getting up and actually moving from a ride quality perspective, definitely does a good job from a smooth side. So you want the truck to be a little bit more smooth, right? It's a luxury truck, does a good job with that, definitely really smooth. When it goes over things, doesn't really upset the truck all that much. So definitely a truck that you could drive every single day, no problem whatsoever. Going to be really smooth, not going to cause you any issues there. We'll see kind of how the handling is through here. Yeah, pretty good. There's a little bit of body roll. You can definitely feel that it's a truck. I just drove the Trail Boss before this, and the Trail Boss actually handled through there a little bit better than this LTZ. I can actually feel the difference between the two trucks. So if you want a little bit better handling, then I would definitely go for the Trail Boss over this LTZ if handling is important for you with a truck, right? And we'll see how the braking performance is here. Yeah, so the brakes are actually pretty good. I would put them on average with a truck, so not any better, not any worse than any other new trucks. Now we're gonna get our acceleration with this 6.2 V8. Yep, that's exactly what I've been waiting for. So the Trail Boss that I reviewed today had the 5.3. Going directly from the 5.3 to the 6.2, you can definitely feel a difference between the acceleration with the two trucks. This just has so much more torque off the line, just gets up so much better. Like, it is a night and day difference. And so I've said this before in my Chevy reviews, if you can afford the 6.2, get the 6.2. The fuel economy is the same as the 5.3, but the acceleration is just so much better. Like, you just press the throttle, wait for it, and it just moves. It just has that instant torque, and it just punches really hard, and it's just the perfect amount of power. I cannot say enough good things about this engine. And that'll get me into summing things up with the LTZ. So if you're looking for a luxury daily driver truck, this is going to be a really good option. And obviously it's got a pretty solid towing capacity at just over 9,000 pounds. It's not the most capable in the segment, but gets the job done, right? So if you're not having to tow a massive trailer, then this will do a pretty good job. The interior, right, that's the one thing that Chevy's lagging on, but you still get all the modern luxury amenities and you get the modern tech. It's just not necessarily like the nicest touch points and all that, but I'm sure Chevy will update that soon. And other than that, it's a really good luxury truck. It handles relatively well for the segment. The acceleration is right up there. This definitely has the best engine in the segment, I would say. But yeah, it's a solid truck. I would check one out. Now that is going to sum things up for our video on this 2021 Chevy 1500 LTZ with the 6.2 V8. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Chevy here in Provo for providing us with this 1500 LTZ. Check out their inventory in the link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.